Probably the easiest way to start is in January 2020, I was diagnosed with stage 3B cancer, which was diagnosed with chronic hoarseness. The ENTs defined that and ended up doing a thyroplasty because the paralyzed vocal cord was permanent. And of course, then I went through the standard regimen of chemo and radiation and immunotherapy, and we ultimately got to remission. After that occurred, I started experiencing bouts of AFib. Didn't really know what it was. I was a swimmer through college, so my choice of conditioning is to swim laps and things of that nature. And I remember one day I was swimming, I was like, what the heck, I'll do an IM. So I started doing flying. I got about maybe a third, maybe a halfway through a lap, and the AFib kicked in. And I swore I had to finish my workout, so I did it all backstroke because I couldn't breathe. It really impacted lifestyle. And like I said, with me having horses and stuff like that, you have physical work every day. We finally said, let's do something about it, because we were trying to do some, medication and alteration of lifestyle habits and things of that nature to see if that could deal with it. But the bouts started increasing in duration. So though I was having fewer AFib episodes, they were lasting a lot longer. So I'd be in AFib for, I think my longest was like 13 days. It was just an ongoing, drag on your body because you couldn't breathe. If you tried to do anything strenuous, it would even pull you back a little bit further. I started talking around with various people. Probably most notorious was I was a swim coach, and I had a kid that swam for me that was a cardiologist in town. Started talking to him and saying, here's all the symptoms that I'm having and what I'm seeing. Who should I go see? And all things pointed to Gandhi, that anything that's electrical with your heart, that he is the guy to go to in Cincinnati. He's the best in this area for doing this type of work.
I'm Gaurang Gandhi. I'm a cardiologist who specializes in electrical problems of the heart, called an electrophysiologist. He has been suffering with a rhythm disturbance called atrial fibrillation, which is the irregularity of the upper chamber of the heart. And Tom has been a very physically active guy. He always wants to exercise, and whenever he exercises, he gets atrial fibrillation. He wanted me to perform a procedure called ablation. Ablation is a procedure where we destroy the electrical cells that are causing the electrical abnormality called atrial fibrillation. It will be a straightforward for somebody of his age, as physically fit is, but cancer, particularly the brain, metastasis to the brain, was something that was challenging.
We went through a whole host of solutions. The ablation seemed to be the best thing, but he looked at a pacemaker and stuff like that as well.
I was very reluctant, but Tom had immense, trust in what I can do, as well as faith in the whole system that we will take a good care of him. And he really wants to be very functional. He knows that he might have some relapses of his cancer, as well as AFib, but he wants to live a normal life.
With Gandhi, I think his style and his approach is pretty unique. I've seen a lot of doctors. I don't want to diminish what they do, but he really is trying to shape a care plan with you. My inability to do things like exercise or do anything physical was going to harm me from being able to deal with the cancer treatments and, sort of beating that side of things. So in the end, he heard me and we did it. I think he went in pretty skeptical whether it was the right thing to do or not, but in the end, I think he forms this bond with you where it's like a joint decision as to what you're going to do. He's obviously the expert, but he's going to listen to you and not necessarily pull back from your opinions.
I like to take care of patients who are very much in charge of their own health and discuss with me the various options and everything. And finally, we came to a conclusion in 2023, more of his persistence and considering considerable trust in me that we are going to perform a procedure where we can ablate the areas of electrical abnormalities and give him a normal rhythm.
For people that have never experienced this, having lung cancer and AFib is a horrible combination. So we finally did the rescheduled ablation, and as I told Dr. Gandhi, pretty much saved my life, because that was probably the hardest part that I would be dealing with, is when I was under active treatment and the AFib would happen, because breathing was just nearly impossible.
So we performed this procedure, we got through the procedure with blood thinners and everything very safely. And now it's almost 2 years and he has no rhythm problems, doesn't have to be on a medication that he was not tolerating or not working.
You know, I was back on my feet within a week, and it seemed like it was a lifesaver to me. I was up to swimming 3 days a week, and my wife and I have been walking probably about 5 miles in the morning and that type of stuff. So, you know, aside from the physical work that we do around our property and stuff like that, you know, it's brought the lifestyle back. Everybody that I've interacted with in TriHealth has that similar mindset where it's really a team. So whether it's Gandhi on the cardiology side, which, you know, we spent a lot of time just sort of talking about what we wanted out of life and, you know, how we could build a treatment plan around that, including things he wanted to do that I didn't necessarily feel that I was ready for, and he backed off of. So I think everybody that I've dealt with has had that same demeanor. I mean, I had Sean Lewis on the ENT side, Mark Andolina and Mike Shahada on the cancer side, and Gandhi on the cardiology side. And it's all of them have interacted. So I think one of the other benefits is all these guys are within TriHealth, so they all immediately have my history. So it's not like I'm having to repeat things to them. In a lot of the situations that I'm dealing with, especially with Gandhi and Andolina, they had to collaborate quite a bit because of what was going on with the cancer and the cardiology side of things. I have no idea how that would happen if I was going to some other system and trying to figure out how to get the doctors to communicate as effectively, where these guys, you know, are basically in the same building and having conversations together. So I think all of that is goodness, and I feel like the demeanor of the TriHealth doctors is one of those that's very open to collaboration for those people that are gonna be more actively involved in their treatment plans.